Hi, I'm Melissa with Mix in Some Magic. I'm a Disney planning expert and I'm here to mix a little magic into your day. Each week I share Disney vacation planning tips, park strategies, and a little bit of Disney history sprinkled in. Of course, I like to include lots of Disney magic. Join me, let's mix in some magic. Welcome! Thank you so much for being here. I am really excited to chat with you today. And when you hear this episode, if you're listening on the day that it releases, it's my birthday, April 19th. And to celebrate, I am giving away a $50 Disney gift card just to a podcast listener. So if you're listening to this, that means you. In order to enter, all you have to do is rate, subscribe, review my podcast, and you're entered to win. So if you haven't already, hit that follow button so that you don't miss an episode, and go ahead and rate my podcast. And if you're able, write a review. Reviews help me grow, and that can be like your birthday present to me. Plus, then you're entered to win a $50 Disney gift card. Now, I know that all platforms won't let you leave a review, which is annoying. Most of them will let you rate, but not all will let you leave a written review. But if whatever podcast platform you're listening to will let you leave a written review, please do so. I would love you forever. The giveaway will run for 2 weeks and end on May 3rd to give people a chance to catch up and listen to this episode. So thank you so much for entering. I hope you win. I have a guest joining me today, my friend Liz, who goes by Chim Chim Churro on social media. She's so fun. You're going to love her. We are talking all about the very best places to sit when riding on certain attractions at Disneyland, because believe it or not, where you sit can actually make a difference on certain rides. So that's what we're going to be chatting about today. In order to maximize my discussion time with Liz, I'm going to skip Q&A today, reviews, and the news, except I did have to mention that Disney finally announced a closing date for Splash Mountain. It will be closing May 31st, so your last day to ride is May 30th. And with that, let's get Liz on here and start chatting about the best places to ride on Disneyland attractions. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Mix in Some Magic. I have Liz here today, my friend Liz. We can't remember how we met, but we're like Disney besties. And she's going to join me to be talking all about kind of our favorite places to sit on rides at Disneyland. So thanks for being here, Liz.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us all about you. Everything. Start at the beginning.
So I was born on a cold winter. Just kidding. I was though. Okay. I'm Liz. My handle is Chim Chim Churro. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok. I mostly make silly videos about food in Disneyland. I love eating in Disneyland. Well, I love eating in general, but especially in Disneyland. So, you know, I go for the rides, but I also go to eat.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and you have some favorite things that you eat at Disneyland that you talk about a lot on your TikTok. We'll talk. I'll get there. Okay. I'm going to ask you that question in a minute.
Okay.
But Liz is like TikTok famous. Would you say?
No.
I have been to Disneyland with a lot of people that are recognizable, but you get stopped the most when I'm there with you. You do. People are like, oh, you're that girl from TikTok. And then they want a picture with you.
I honestly think it's probably my hair. Like, I just stand out. I don't know.
In a good way.
The best way.
Yes, people recognize you and then they want a picture with you. It's fun.
Yeah. It also probably has to do with the brick cleaning that I do on my video or on my channel.
So tell everyone about your brick cleaning.
Okay. In between Disneyland and California Adventure in the Esplanade, there are bricks from the early 2000s you could buy and put your name on it or whatever. So my best friend and I have a brick there with the 50th medallion on it. And when the park was closed during the pandemic, we thought it'd be funny to go and polish the medallion. So we did that. I made a TikTok about it and it absolutely blew up. It was so funny. So I get requests all the time from people asking me to clean their bricks and their medallions. So I have these tiny little cones that I use and I sit out there like a crazy person and clean the bricks in the Esplanade. So people recognize me a lot when I'm doing that because who else is sitting on the ground cleaning the ground at Disneyland? It's me.
With mini cones.
Yeah, it's always
It really is so cute. And you met Josh D'Amaro when you were doing that, right?
Yes. I showed him my brick. Yes, it was really funny. He was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
He's like, security.
I know.
Security to the Esplanade.
Yeah. So funny.
I love it. Well, I have a few questions so we can get to know your Disney side.
Okay.
What is your favorite Disney park?
Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's a hard
Me too.
It's hard, but yeah, Disneyland.
Me too. What's your favorite Disney ride?
Okay, this question is actually really hard because
It is.
I am the type of person that like when something's new, that's my favorite because it's new and I love it. Like I'm so excited about it. So like Rise of the Resistance, I love that ride. And I think it is amazing. But I also love Big Thunder, which is like, I mean, you know, you've ridden Big Thunder with me.
I have. Yeah. I have.
So it's probably both of those if I can choose to.
I guess you can have two. I guess. I always say that it's whatever ride I'm on at the moment because I love.
Oh my gosh, yes,
so many.
I'm
like, this is my favorite, and then I go on a different one. I'm like, no, it's this one.
Well, they're not the same. Like if you're gonna ride Peter Pan, that's a very different experience than if you're riding Indiana Jones or Big Thunder. Like I like them for the uniqueness of each ride. So I actually like your answer better than mine.
Well, it's too late now. You already said it. It's already out there.
Fine.
You already gave your answer. Okay, who is your favorite Disney character?
Oh my gosh, this is such a hard question. Are we talking like Disney proper or are we talking like Marvel, Star Wars, all of that?
Whoever you want, whatever you want.
That is such a hard question. There's so many.
I know.
I like Belle a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I like that she's kind of like a strong female character who is very intelligent. Although she does fall in love with a beast, not knowing that he's actually human.
And he imprisons her, which is not super great for the start of a relationship. Is that your role model then?
Dude, yeah, yes. Just don't air this podcast.
Okay. I know, it's off to a great start. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gotta get it together.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm crying now, so it's Belle. Okay. This is what it's like when we go to Disneyland.
It is.
That's actually so funny. Everything's hilarious.
You have tears.
I know. You're making me cry. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, Belle, that's a great choice.
That's a great choice.
I love Belle.
Me
What
too.
if you had to pick someone that wasn't Disney proper?
Well, I like Ray from the new Star Wars a lot. I also like Thor.
The cape?
It's the cape. It's the cape and the hair. Who else? I really like from Toy Story 1 and 2, I like Woody and Buzz. Like as a duo together. I like them. It gets a little convoluted in 3 and 4, which...
And what's it going to be like in 5?
I don't think Woody's even going to be there.
Oh, you're right. Didn't he leave?
I think so. Spoiler.
I don't even know that I want to see 5. I mean, I will, but I'm not excited about it. It's part of the job.
That's right.
Go to the Disney movies. Okay, what is your favorite thing to eat at the Disney parks?
Okay, well, how long do you have?
At least an hour.
So my very, very favorite treat in the whole wide world is the raspberry rose macaron from the Jolly Holiday. And it is prominently displayed on my social media.
Yes, in a good way. It's so great.
I have a shirt with it. I have a necklace. I have earrings. I have ears. I got stickers. Oh yeah, right here.
Cute.
Yeah, I love that macaron with my whole heart. I would marry it if I could, but
I mean, we can look into it.
Yeah, we could try. So that definitely is my favorite. When I go to Disneyland, that's like my number one must do. I have to have at least one macaron every day. So, back in the day when Runaway Railway opened and everyone was trying to get a boarding group, I was up at 7 a.m. putting in my mobile order for a raspberry macaron.
That was number one, not the boarding group.
Well, somebody else was doing that.
Okay.
We had different assignments.
Important.
It is important, and it sells out. So if you don't mobile order it, you're not going to get one. So
nope. What are you going to do if they discontinue it? Do you think they ever will?
I don't think you should say that.
I know. I'm sorry. Now I put it out there. Now it's out there. Great.
I was actually looking the other day trying to find the first time I ever had one, and I think it was in 2014. That was the earliest picture that I had. Yeah.
Of the raspberry rose one?
Yeah. It's been there that long.
Because I had one back in probably 2018 or 19 that was a light pink one, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, and it had like a white chocolate bow on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So that one? I know the one you're talking about. It was, I can't remember what flavor it was. I'm trying to remember now, but I remember trying that one. That's the thing is like, I like macarons okay, but I only just really want the raspberry one. Like they have the cookies and cream one at Halloween time. Yeah. It's fine. The Snickers one during the Food and Wine Festival. It's fine. But I am specifically a raspberry macaron girl.
Well, I hope it's around forever then.
I hope so too.
That'll be you need.
Such a sad day. That can't happen.
Okay. Well, I take it back then. That will never happen.
Thank you.
It'll be around forever.
Thank you.
Especially if you keep promoting it on TikTok.
Yeah, that's right. I have made it more challenging for myself though to get one.
Right? Because now everybody knows about them and is trying to order them. Way to go.
I know. I did it to myself.
Well, you made your bed. Now you're going to lie.
That's right.
Okay. What is on your Disney bucket list?
So I would love to go to Disneyland Paris. I have not been to that park and I love Paris and I would love to go there. Another one that's a little unique maybe is I would love to be a jungle skipper. I would love to try to make it like all the way around telling all the jokes. I think I could do it. I think I could make it like without any practice. Like they could just throw me in the boat and be like, go. I think I could do it.
That would be really fun. I want to be there when you do it.
Okay. I'll ask my friend Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Just be like, next time you're cleaning the bricks and he stops by, just ask.
Yeah, I'll just ask.
I mean, the worst he can say is no.
When I saw Josh Gad get to do it, I was like, oh,
I know.
So lucky.
Did you know they have a special like VIP tour that's unadvertised? You have to call Disneyland and ask about it. And in it, they cater to exactly what you want to do. And one of the things is you get to choose like an experience. And I've been told that people have chosen to captain one of the Jungle Cruise boats. And they get to go around and talk in the microphone and shoot the little gun. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Well, yeah.
I don't want to tell you how much it costs though.
I will start saving up right now.
Well, I think it was like $12,000
for the day.
Yeah. Right? But it includes your food, if that helps.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
That's so much money.
I know. I think you can have 10 people with you, but you get to, they like make it really specific what you get to do. Like they were saying that somebody really loved horses, and so they let them go to the stable where they keep the Disneyland horses and let them feed them and brush them. And so one family really wanted to have like treats on Walt's balcony, so they let them do that while they were being serenaded by the Dapper Dans. So they got that experience.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So
you're telling me money can buy happiness.
I think that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
I'll start
just
saving.
Save your money. Yeah. And I'll go with you. As soon as your money's saved, I'll be one of your 10.
Okay. Perfect.
It'll be great. I'll film.
Perfect.
I know. It'll be great.
I know.
Okay. Should we start at Disneyland or California Adventure when we're going to talk about rides? Where should we start?
Let's start in Disneyland, our favorite park.
Okay. Let's do. Should we go by land or should we just like throw them out random? I do have a list, but
I have the list up too. Whatever you can keep track of.
Okay, we better go in order then.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm gonna erase things. Okay. Well, but let's save Big Thunder Mountain for the end though, because that's kind of special to you. It's one of your favorites.
It is.
So we'll save that for the end of Disneyland.
Okay.
So let's start with Indiana Jones. Do you feel like there's a specific place that's better to sit on Indiana Jones?
So I think a lot of people fight over the like driver's seat with the steering wheel. People like to have that, even though like obviously it doesn't actually work. It doesn't even turn.
No, I wish it did though.
I know that'd be fun. Yeah. Like on Mr. Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I personally like the back row. Of
Do you think it's wilder?
For sure.
See, I've never really noticed, but I haven't
really.
Maybe I've never even sat in the back row. I don't know.
When it's like
in the middle.
The middle's where you never want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but when you're on the back row, if it's like the third day of your trip and you're absolutely just exhausted, the back row's the best because I feel like right before you go down at the end where Indy's hanging and the boulder comes, if you put your hands up like this, when it starts going, you like whip back. It'll crack your back every time. Just in like the most perfect way. It's the best. And there's nobody behind you. So your hands aren't going to hit them in the face.
See? That's nice. I probably wouldn't have to pull my hair back in the back row. Because usually I pull my hair back so it doesn't hit the people in the face behind me.
That is so considerate because I hate that.
Right? You're trying to grab onto the bar and you're touching people's hair.
Yeah, or it's like gross. Tickling your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
gross.
you. Thank you for being respectful.
I try. It's one of the things I do. I always have an elastic on my wrist for that reason.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So I'm going to try the back row next time.
Yeah.
But I think if you have a little kid, front row's probably great because then they can pretend to drive and they can see everything super good.
I agree.
All right. Well, we've decided that. Perfect.
Check.
What about, do you think, this isn't on the list, I just thought of this, but do you think that there's a better place to sit on Jungle Cruise? Because wherever they put me, I'm always like, if I'm in the middle, the little bench they have in the middle, I feel like I can't see as well the stuff behind you because you can't really turn.
Well, you're like right into somebody.
Yeah.
I agree. The edge is better.
Yeah.
But it's still okay. When you're in the middle, you don't get sprayed by the water.
That's true.
As much. So.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
Depends on the temperature.
That's true.
If it's freezing, if it's nighttime and you're freezing, no. You want to be in the middle.
I think Jungle Cruise at night, I just don't love it either.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of fun.
Once in a while, but it's just so dark.
It's better in the day for sure.
I think it's just I'm old. My eyes are old. I can't see anything.
What
it's so
is
dark.
that?
Turn up the lights. I think that's the problem, really.
That's funny.
I went to the Blue Bayou the other day, and it's so dark in there.
It's so dark. They hand you the menu, and I'm like,
I know. They have a little light on the menu that I found halfway through.
Yes,
but it still wasn't enough, and they brought my food. I'm like, is this what I ordered? Let's see.
When I come out of the elevator in the Haunted Mansion, and you're like walking in the hall, I'm always like, I cannot see a thing. I know there's going to be someone in front of me, but I can't see. So it's so dark.
I think we're just old.
I know that.
For a fact. Okay, what about Space Mountain? Do you think there's a better spot? Because I kind of love front row on Space Mountain.
Interesting. So my favorite spot on Space Mountain is actually the bench outside.
Have you ever actually ridden Space Mountain?
Yes, I've ridden it a lot of times. But it makes me sick. I don't like it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Or do you get motion sickness on other rides?
Anything that's spinny. I can't do spinny rides at all. But I think that Space Mountain is that I can't see where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Speaking of dark.
That's probably part of the problem.
It makes me sick. So the last time I rode it, I did throw up, actually.
Oh, gosh.
And I'd eaten like 45 churros, which also makes a difference.
That raspberry rose macaron doesn't look as good coming up, does it? It
does not. I can confirm.
It's not as pretty.
Yeah. But I do think that the front is more fun.
Yeah, I feel like, some roller coasters, when you're in the back row, you get a wilder ride, but I don't feel like that's the case with Space Mountain. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just like the front row because I feel like I'm really careening through outer space.
Yeah, I agree.
But I did want to mention that if you want the best pictures with nobody blocking you because their hands like in your face, the first and the fourth rows are the best.
Yes.
Best option. And I guess we should mention that you can request any of these seats when you're at the park. Cast members will totally let you. They don't mind. Sometimes you have to wait an extra couple minutes for the seat you want, but they don't mind if you request front row or back row or middle. They don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
At least I haven't met anyone who cares yet. No one's yelled at me. Okay. Next on the list is Splash Mountain. Do you ride Splash Mountain?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you like Splash Mountain?
It depends on the day. I think it's really fun, but it depends on the time, the temperature, and what I have left in the day because I hate soggy shoes.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you that ride, if you're sitting in the front seat, it's like you've jumped in a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm. It's really bad. Yeah.
And it's not at the place you expect it to be.
Not at the big drop at the end.
No, it's the one where you go down and then up and down again in the dark. Mm-hmm. It's just like a wave if you're on the front seat.
It's really bad. I always wear a poncho because I am just sick of it. I'm sick of being wet. I'm sick of skipping that ride because I'm afraid. I'm sick of being afraid on the ride because you get on and then all of a sudden you're like gripped by panic and you're like, what have I done?
I know.
I'm going to be soaked and it's too late now. So
especially if you have jeans on. Oh yeah. You're wet the rest of the day.
No, it's miserable. And if it's cold, it's awful.
Forget it.
But I will sometimes throw flip-flops in my backpack, or I have these little rubber shoe covers that I'll throw in my backpack. And
oh my gosh, I saw those.
Shoes.
Yes.
They make such a difference. And then you don't have to be afraid of your wet tennis shoes. And I mean, you look ridiculous climbing on with your,
who cares?
You're like, tennis shoe covers and your poncho. But guess who is not laughing when they get off the ride? It's all those people that thought you were ridiculous.
Yep.
Then you're looking pretty smart by the end.
My preferred seat is the back seat for sure in Splash Mountain.
Yep, I agree. We try not to ever get the front. Just wait. If they try to put you in the front.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah. Put a little kid up there.
Did I ever tell you the story of when I ruined somebody's engagement photo on Big Thunder, on Splash Mountain?
No, what happened?
So, I can't remember. I think they were in front of me. Now I'm trying to remember. Were they behind me? I can't remember. But in the picture, me and my friend were trying to do like the most ridiculous face that we could come up with. And there was a couple on the ride with us, and he pulled out a poster at the picture that said like, "Will you marry me?" And I didn't know that. Like he wouldn't have prepped me for it, right? But so my face, I am making the most ridiculous face, and my mouth is open so big. It looks like I don't have teeth. Like it is just a horrendous photo of me. And we get off the ride, and I look up at the picture on the monitor, and I was like, like stole the moment. And then I'm like, that picture is probably like on their mantle, on their fireplace in their living room, and my face is just like.
Maybe they put like a little emoji sticker.
I hope they did. It's so bad.
Do you have that picture?
I do. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, that would be so fun.
You can use it as the promo for this episode. Just kidding.
I will. It'll be perfect. Okay, what about dark rides? I added that to the list because some people have preferences.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, and I think your point is incredibly valid about them. That the front row is small.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah.
And so you can't squish two people in the front row very good. Two adults.
No.
Very well at all. You're going to be uncomfortable. A little kid or an adult and a small kid. But if you need more room, go for the back row. Even if you have to split up, put one person in the front, one person in the back.
Yeah,
you're going to be happier.
I agree with that 100%.
Because they are squishy. I think people were smaller back then, just shorter.
Well, but I feel like even like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, that one's pretty squishy too.
It's kind of squishy. So,
speaking of Winnie the Pooh, this is off topic, but I've had people tell me that they can smell honey on the Winnie the Pooh ride, and I have never smelled it. Have you? Obviously you haven't. No. Me neither. I think it's a myth, but
it's in their subconscious.
I think they want to smell it. Maybe.
Yeah. Honey is delicious.
It sure is.
Now I'll have to pay attention when I go next week.
But I mean, it's kind of a missed opportunity, though. They should have the honey scent.
They should.
Perfect. Talk to Josh.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list.
Okay. While you're captaining the Jungle Cruise, you can bring it up.
Yes.
Okay, you wanted Casey Jr. on the list because you have opinions about Casey Jr.
I have strong opinions. I never want to sit in the cages.
Are you claustrophobic?
It's so awkward to get in and out of them, and talk about not a lot of room. And they put you in there with another family, and your knees are like sitting, they're like, you have to sit like this with your knees like in between each other's legs, and you're like in this cage. I hate it.
Not a fan?
I am shoving all of the children out of the way to get to something that is not, I don't care what it is, just don't put me in the cage. Because it's just a free-for-all. They don't assign your seats. Yeah. So it's just a group.
I think a lot of the kids want to be in the cage.
They do. That's true.
Yeah.
So I
got in the caboose once, and there is not a lot of space back there. I knocked my knee getting in,
and I like wrought iron.
Yeah, I limped around for a whole hour after and had a huge bruise.
I like the caboose though, because if you sit in the back of the caboose, you're riding backwards. Mm-hmm. And it's a really fun perspective, I think, of the ride. I mean, that ride is so cute. You get such cute views of Fantasyland and the Storybook Canals. I love Casey Jr. so much. Very underrated.
It is.
So the caboose is that would be my number one choice.
Number one, caboose. Backward facing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just not the cage. Good to know.
Yep.
But if you have kids, you're going to be in the cage.
You are. Or you just leave
that's
them.
where they want.
Just kidding.
Let them go in the cage. They can't fall out. They're in the cage. They're fine. Leave them with the other family and go sit in the caboose and enjoy your ride.
So mean.
Yep. Follow along for more parenting advice.
Please.
Okay. How about Matterhorn? We're kind of in Fantasyland.
Okay. Yeah. So I think this is more of like it's not so much of a seat as it is like a side of the Matterhorn, right? So you got the right side and the left side. And the left side is significantly more violent than the right side.
The Tomorrowland side.
The Tomorrowland side is aggressive.
I don't know why it's so different than the Fantasyland side.
I don't know.
It is.
It's rough.
Yeah. Every time I get sent to the left side, I think it's going to be fine. And every time I find myself not enjoying the ride at all. Being like, how much longer is this ride? It's the worst.
Well, and then like I tense up. So then it's even worse.
Yeah, it's awful. I don't know.
It is rough.
Maybe they're fixing that. The Matterhorn's closed right now. Do you think?
No.
Never.
It's always the same. But I think if you sit in the front, it's a little bit less violent than in the very back.
Yeah.
But it's all still kind of rough. And the worst part is getting in and out. If you want to feel old, try to climb into the seat in the Matterhorn.
Yes. It is rough.
They're like, get out. And I'm like, I can't. I live here now.
Do you have a handle I can use?
It's so low to the ground.
Is. Yeah.
It's so
I
hard
found
to get out.
I do better if I take my bag and set it out first on the ground.
Yes.
Then I can have two hands to try to stand up.
It's so hard. It is really hard to get out.
I do know that seats 1 and 4 have more leg room. So if you need more leg room, the first or the fourth is the way to go. I mean, you're going to struggle to get out no matter where you sit. But
you are.
And I love when you get in because they don't check your seatbelt right away. They move you a little bit and then they stop real abruptly. If you're not paying attention, you could hit your head. But I love to watch people who don't ride it often because it starts pulling forward and they panic because they're like, my seatbelt's not on. And they're starting to freak out. And then
it's true because it's different than any other. Well, I guess Indiana Jones does that.
Yeah, and so
it moves a little bit.
Cars, you go like,
oh yeah, that's true too.
A little ways before they check your seatbelt.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's fun. People watching.
Yes.
Okay. What about Finding Nemo? I mean, I know there's like, you don't really pick your seat. All the seats are the same, but some people hate Finding Nemo because it's so claustrophobic and getting down the stairs is a problem. Getting up the stairs is a problem. Mm-hmm. But they do have an alternate experience where you can watch the same thing in a little room off to the side and you don't have to be on the actual ride. Have you ever done that?
I haven't. Have you?
But I've heard it's pretty good.
I've heard it's similar to like Turtle Talk, where it's just like a screen and you can sit and watch it.
Yeah.
I would find that more enjoyable, but also I could not do it and be perfectly fine.
Nemo's one that you can skip.
Yeah. My kids always want to do it though.
I know. I liked it more when my kids were littler.
Yeah.
Because we were actually going into the ocean and it was so exciting and so different than anything they'd ever done before.
Yeah,
but
I agree, but
I know, especially if it's like a 30-40 minute wait.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, pass.
Okay, what about the train? The train is huge. Where you sit on the train, I think. The railroad, what's it called? The Disneyland Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
That's the official name.
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends because you have a train where the benches face out, and then you have a train where the benches face forward.
Mm-hmm.
My preference, it's difficult because my preference depends.
What does it depend on?
Well, I like the benches that are facing out because you can like just sit and watch everything, but people don't scoot down to the end. So you have like all these random places where you can't get to. The trains hold significantly less people because people don't want to sit by strangers. So they don't squish close together, which I get. But then the person like trapped at the end has to get off the train and they got to walk past every single person they're pushing through, you know? So it's kind of a pain, but I think it's more of an enjoyable ride. Because
you can see a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're sideways, for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess I read that all of the trains used to be forward facing. Like when Disneyland first opened, they were all forward facing, but they were getting complaints that they couldn't see things as well. So they did some sideways ones. And now we have both, I guess.
Interesting. I mean, that's true. The sideways ones hold significantly less people.
They do, which is too bad because I prefer the sideways ones.
Yeah.
I'll wait for a sideways one sometimes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. You just let people go in front of you and then you wait 10 more minutes. It depends on the day.
The best thing about the train is you can eat on it.
Yes.
So you just get a whole bunch of snacks. Like sometimes when I'm just so tired, I'll get like beignets, popcorn, a drink, and I'll ride it around a couple times and just eat snacks and people watch.
Mm-hmm. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially when it's hot.
Yes.
Okay. How about Smuggler's Run? Are you a Smuggler's Run fan?
Yes. So I actually am alone in my opinion of which seat to sit in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite?
I'm the only person in the world that begs to sit in the engineer seat.
You want to be the engineer?
I told you.
What's wrong with you?
So you got three choices. You've got pilot, gunner, or engineer. So the pilot obviously flies the Millennium Falcon at the
pilot.
front.
So there's two of each.
Yes, there is. The pilots fly. The gunners are the next seat, and they are shooting down the bad guys.
The cargo.
I was like, what are they shooting?
We don't know. You're just shooting.
Just shoot.
We don't know.
And then the engineers are the last seat, and they fix the ship.
I don't know what they do. You just push the button when it lights up.
You just push the button. So the first time I rode Smuggler's Run, I was a pilot, and I got really motion sick. Like those virtual rides, I just can't do them. And I knew that I would, but I wanted to, write it and say that I'd ridden it. But so I like engineer because I can make it through the ride if I don't look at the screen. So the engineer, I just focus on the buttons. I don't even acknowledge that there's a screen or anything. I don't watch it. And I just push my buttons and I'm perfectly
Sounds like
happy.
A real fun ride.
Well, I never go on it because I want to. I always ride it because the people I'm with want to ride it, and I don't want to be. I can only be a party pooper on so many rides.
Right.
And that one I'm happy to be the engineer and sacrifice my time to push the button.
And people are thrilled that someone's volunteering to be the engineer.
Yeah, because everyone's fighting over the pilot. Yeah.
Well, I've been on it lots of times. And the first, 10 times, I was always the engineer. I was like, this ride's, I don't like it at all. And then I finally got to be the pilot. I was like, oh, I see why this ride's fun for people. It's way better when you're the pilot.
Yeah.
It's more stressful, but it's way more
fun. But you are in control of everything.
So I prefer to be the pilot, but that doesn't happen very often because you got to let the little kids be the pilots.
Yeah. And then you crash. So nice. Oh, yeah. You're actually flying it. Well, not literally, but
in outer space.
Yep.
Buzz Lightyear. Let's talk about Buzz Lightyear. Are you good at Buzz Lightyear? Do you get good scores?
No, there's like the secret where you can get like over 1 million points. Never done it.
I did once, but it's because the ride stopped and I was right in front of a good target and we were stopped for like 10 minutes.
That's amazing.
I just hit it over and over again. And then I took a picture with my high score. Look at me.
Look at me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think because the car, you can like spin it. I don't know that it super matters, but it seems like the majority of the targets are on the left.
Yeah. I like to sit on the left. Yeah. Because you are just a little closer.
Yeah. That's another one that I can skip and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. I like that one some. I don't know. I guess it depends.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Big Thunder. That's our last one over here at Disneyland. And it's your favorite ride.
It is.
I think, do I have video of you on Big Thunder? Maybe.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Lots of people do.
It's out there.
It's true.
So where is your favorite place to sit on Big Thunder?
So I prefer row 13 is my
Everyone
favorite.
Says 15. So why do you say 13?
Well, for sure, I don't want anything closer to the front than 13. When you sit in 1, 2, 3, especially, it goes so slow.
Yeah, it's like a different ride, but it's perfect if you have little kids who don't have a lot of experience with roller coasters to sit close because it's pretty gentle.
It is. It's really crazy to me, the difference from the front to the back. I feel like it's a really, really big difference. So yes, if you're scared or you don't really like roller coasters, you could ride that and ask for the front. And it's going up the big hill, and in the front, you're significantly down the hill a ways before it starts going quick. So it's much more gentle. But in the back, it definitely is the wildest ride in the wilderness for sure. But I particularly like Big Thunder because I like to do this ridiculous scream.
It's so funny.
And it's like a whole theatrical performance. So you sit on row 13. And 14 works too, but I think 13 is a little bit better. But this is how it goes. So you scream, like it's almost like a Tarzan level, like just absolutely ridiculous.
I've heard it.
A guttural scream. I know.
Can you do the scream?
No.
I mean,
can you imagine?
That's what people are asking. They're like, we want to hear the scream. Is it on your TikTok? They can go to your TikTok and hear it. Can they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it's
there.
I
mean, it's better when you're on the ride.
I agree.
For sure.
It is funny, though.
I mean, I've seen you do it when you're not on the ride. We reenacted it once. We all pretended to be on Big Thunder at a Christmas party. It was
That's what normal people do at Christmas parties.
Isn't it?
I think so.
I heard it was.
My favorite thing though is when I scream and then I see people start looking around like, who is screaming like that? And so
because you don't just scream one time.
No.
You scream the entire ride. Like maybe with a 10-15 second break. And so it's noticeable. So people start turning around to see what's going on. Who is terrified? Who's dying?
Yes.
What's happening?
Yes. And so then I will do the same and I'll be like, somebody is so scared. And I'll like look around and I'll point to the row behind me. I'll be like, is that you? And they're always like, no, it's not me. And I'm like, oh, it's not me either. Who is it? They must be so scared. So stupid. But I humor myself every time.
You can't be on the back row and pull it off though.
Well, you can. It just doesn't work the same.
yeah, who are you going to blame? People are going to know it's you.
Correct. Blow my cover.
Exactly. So now everyone knows if you hear screaming, constant screaming, that's Liz.
It's me.
It's fine. So do you ever do the goat stare? Because people love the goat stare where you sit in row 15 and on the second lift there's a goat and you keep your eyes on it as you go around the corner and it supposedly like whips you and gives you this toilet bowl flush feeling. And some people love it, but I don't really get it.
It makes me sick. So
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I've tried it a couple times and I'm like, I thought I felt something,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah. I can't, because you're supposed to like turn around like with it. And if I am going to turn and look backwards, it will make me throw up.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a deal breaker for me for sure.
Yeah, but some people love it. So if you want to do the goat stare or the goat scream, do you call it? Is there a name for your scream?
It should be the goat scream.
The goat scream. I mean, it sounds kind of like goat-ish.
It is. It's something.
Let's call it the goat scream.
Okay.
You want to do the goat stare or the goat scream?
You have to pick.
Row 13, 14, or 15.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't do them all, though.
No.
Don't combine. Do not combine.
Deadly.
Not recommended. Okay. We're just the funniest.
We are.
We're the funniest. Okay. Over in California, adventure. I think we got everything in Disneyland. Can you think of anything else?
No. We got the important ones.
Right. The important ones. Oh, we could talk about, well, you don't go on the teacups, do you?
No.
No.
I can't even watch them.
Really?
My kids ride it and I do this. Because I can't. Just looking at it makes me throw up. I'm fun.
That's why you have to invent things like the goat scream to jazz it up. So that people will go with you.
I know. Come on. I am
just
fun.
Kidding. You are super fun.
I'm just kidding.
Super fun. You actually are. You're super fun.
You.
Some people swear though that the purple teacup spins faster.
Really?
I don't know if that's true, but some people will only ride in the purple teacup because they say it's the fastest. I don't know how you test something like that.
I don't know.
But so
interesting.
You try.
I didn't know. I will not try, but someone else could.
Yeah. Just tell your kids. If you tell your kids that the purple one's faster, they'll believe it.
That's true.
See? More parenting tips.
Lying. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, ditching them. So far, we got ditching and lying.
Bribing. We'll talk about bribing later.
We'll get there.
It's a good one.
It works.
Oh, I'll make a little infographic to share a parenting tip. Okay. So let's talk about Soarin', California. Soarin' World. Which is your favorite? Soarin' World or Soarin' California?
Definitely California.
You think?
Oh, yeah. You don't?
I have this one little thing that really irritates me about it every time. And every time I ride it, I'm like, don't let it bother you. It doesn't matter. But I hate the end where it's Christmas time. Like you're coming back into Disneyland and it's the holidays. And there's the tree and the lights. I'm like, why is it Christmas time? They couldn't wait a couple weeks to film this when it's not the holidays. It irritates me every time. Like this is going to be around for years and years. Why is it the holidays?
It's true. I don't know.
I don't like that part.
That's funny. It definitely looks like it's outdated.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you can tell.
The technology is old. The way they filmed it, you can tell that it's old. But it's so nostalgic for me. And I feel like the music is perfectly written for each scene. I feel like they tried to recreate that with World, and it just doesn't work quite the same way, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, it would be fun. They should do one with like all the different Disney parks around the world.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
Like, just the little different, like unique things about each park. That would be fun.
That'd be so cute.
Dear Josh, we'll tell him.
Add it to the list.
All right, man. Okay. I have a lot to talk about.
But with Soarin' Over the World.
Oh, yeah. I was getting ready to move on.
don't know. Well, so if you want like the best seat, it's B2. You think
B2.
One,
Well,
two. Two is kind of in the, I guess you get
if
the
you
feet
do
in your
one, you don't have feet in your face.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If
I
you
like
want to
it.
see the Eiffel Tower curved like this, then you want to sit on the sides
In
at the
B,
bottom.
no, A or C?
A or C in row 3.
Is there a lot of people who want to see the Eiffel Tower like that?
Yeah, it's a thing on Disney Twitter for sure.
Is it? I don't do Twitter.
It's fun.
On Twitter? Really?
Yeah. It's
what do people
actually
say about
awful,
it?
but it's also fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's just like a funny joke. How ridiculous it looks because of the way the screen is, it just like bends it. And they were like, go with it.
I wonder why they didn't fix that. Like when they did the ride, they had to be like, okay, the Eiffel Tower is going to look like it's folded in half. What can we do?
I know.
They just were like, we don't care.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They were like, leave it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Ask Josh. There's another thing.
We're going to have a special Ask Josh segment. Actually,
Yes.
He's actually here. Let me bring him in.
Oh, yes. Well, for Soren, if you want the best view, I would go with front row, B section, or at least the B section.
Yep.
If you're concerned about that. If not, just let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm.
See the crooked Eiffel Tower. It's great.
It is fun.
It is fun. All right. How about Goofy Sky School? Are you a fan or no?
I actually do like that ride. I don't think it's worth waiting like 45 minutes for it.
I do single rider sometimes, but it's a little awkward. I don't know why it's different, but with single rider, I mean, you're always sitting next to somebody that you don't know.
It's
but
tight.
You're like extra close with these.
That's
people you
another
don't
one that's
know.
really hard to get in and out of. And it never stops moving. So it slows down, but it's moving while you're trying to get in it.
Right.
And you're
I've never seen it stop.
squished.
They have to stop it at some point. I mean, for somebody, right?
I think they do occasionally, but yeah, not really. So, but I don't think the seats there's not one seat that I prefer over the other.
I prefer the back because I dislike the beginning where you're going to fall off the edge and die.
Yeah.
That really scares me. And so I feel less scared. Maybe I'll hit the ground second when the car goes off the rails if I'm in the back row. And that's better.
You'll land
somehow.
on other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Cushion
sense.
my fall. I don't know. But after that part, then I enjoy the ride. But that first part, like, oh my gosh.
There's at the end of that ride, it stops a couple of times before you get back to like getting out of the ride. And it's fun to watch people who don't know on that one too. Because it's just like, oh, because it's a very sudden stop.
Well, and it's for no reason, the second one.
Yeah.
Like they stop you and then you go again and then they jerk you again. Like, why? Why did we do that?
I saw a TikTok where a kid had his phone and on that second one, it flips out of his hand and flips down. And I was like, yep. Because he thought the ride was over.
Nope.
Sad.
Too bad.
So yeah.
Goofy Sky School. I mean, I think a lot of people like to be in the front. I don't.
Yeah, I don't care.
But I will.
Yeah.
Last time I rode single rider, though, I got to ride with a little kid who was with his family, but they had like an odd number. And so it was so fun. I could talk to him like, hey, here we go. Do you like this ride? He's like, yeah. And I said, are you going to scream? And he's like, no. And I said, are you okay if I do? What if I get scared? And he's like, it's okay. It was cute. It was way more fun than riding with the stranger who won't make eye contact with you.
Yes. It's because you're fun.
Have you ever done the goat scream with a stranger sitting next to you on Big Thunder?
No.
Could you do the goat scream next time you single rider? Any ride. It doesn't matter. Just do the goat scream. Next to
Alice
a complete
in Wonderland.
stranger. Yes. The whole ride.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny to make a TikTok of me doing that scream on
All different rides.
All different rides.
Yeah, you could do a little montage.
I don't know if I could do it. I might be too embarrassed, but
maybe not the whole ride, but if you had little clips.
Yeah, right.
From like Alice and Mr. Toad.
That would
have
be
to go on the teacups.
So funny. I can't.
Okay.
Nothing is worth that. That would
be a really good video.
That would be really funny though.
All right. What about Incredicoaster? Do you think there's a better spot?
You're really calling me out here.
Uh-oh. What do you do on Incredicoaster? You don't ride Incredicoaster either?
I have never been on it.
Why?
Because I'm afraid it will make me sick. The upside down, I'm afraid I'll throw up.
We've ridden on a roller coaster that goes upside down before in your life, right?
Yes.
Did you throw up?
No, but I was much younger and better.
And better. You could see better.
I was more resilient. So
what if you take Dramamine? Have you tried that?
Yeah. This doesn't, I don't know. I know. There's a lot of people who really want to get me on the Incredicoaster. So maybe one day it will really happen.
You need to do it like end of the day. Very last ride.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Park closes, you hop in line, and then if you're sick, you're going home.
Yeah, that's true. Throw up my whole way out.
It's fine. There won't be that many people to see you. But someone's going to recognize you, and they're going to video it.
That would be the worst. That would be the worst.
There's TikTok Liz thrown up in the garbage can.
Seriously. I don't know.
Maybe you'll love it, though. What if it's your favorite?
Maybe. I doubt it, though.
Not with that attitude.
I know. So I don't know. I don't know where you sit on that one. Does it make a difference?
I don't think it makes a difference in speed or anything like that. I think you can see, because when you go through some of the tunnels, you can see the Incredibles doing different things. Mm-hmm. And so I think you can see better if you're in the first row because you have unobstructed views. But
that makes sense.
I don't think it makes a difference for speed because you take off so fast right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. So,
any seat's great on that one.
I believe you. I trust you.
Okay. You can decide for yourself someday.
Yes.
Now, I didn't really have an opinion about Toy Story. Do you?
I actually do have an opinion.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think for my old eyes, I think it is easier to tell the difference between the red and the blue darts versus the green and the yellow darts. I feel like it's really hard to tell the difference between green and yellow when you're in there shooting. Mm-hmm. So I prefer the red and blue.
I've never even thought of that. Your eyes are old. Gosh.
I know. I also take that ride very seriously.
So are you good at it?
No.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you'd share some tips.
Well, I do know there are some like secrets on the boards. Do you know those?
No, I don't think I do.
So, yeah, like if you shoot, like on the balloon one with the dinosaurs and the volcano, there's like a balloon that's the lava coming out of the volcano. If you shoot that, it makes 2 lava trails. You shoot those, it turns it to 3, and then the volcano erupts.
What?
And like lots
of, know that.
Yeah, come out, like all these little balloons come out. And then on the plates one, there's 2,000 plates that shoot up on either side of the mountain. If you both hit them at the same time, the rest of the round will shoot up 2,000 plates all across the sky.
Really? You have to hit them at the same time? Mm-hmm. That's a lot of pressure.
It is. It definitely takes coordination. And then, the alien one. Mm-hmm. If you can hit get a ring around all of the aliens in the rocket before one regenerates, it opens up and turns into like a robot, and you can just shoot and you get all the points.
What? I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
See? So. Okay, my game just got better. For sure.
So you need the red and blue to differentiate your colors, but it really is okay in green and yellow. I just prefer red and blue.
Okay, good to know. What about, do you ride, you probably don't ride this either. Why don't you make a list of rides that you do ride?
I know. I told you I go for the food.
What about Pixar Pal Around? Do you ride that one?
Oh, So I will, but not the swinging.
The swinging ones are the worst, but they've got barf bags in there for you.
They do, but absolutely not.
Ooh. I hate it, but I don't get sick on it. I just think it's terrifying.
It is terrifying from what I think it's terrifying not swinging. So to add in swinging, absolutely not.
No, and they let children on that ride, like infants.
There's no seatbelts also.
No. And I'm thinking, do you warn parents, like, hold on tightly to your small child because you're going to swing? Yeah,
right when you go over the top and like drops down. No.
It's the worst. Yeah. That's the ride that's made me cry. Real tears before.
I'm not surprised. I'm scared of that ride for a completely different reason, which is like I'm going to be up at the top and there's going to be an earthquake and like the Ferris wheel is going to tip over into the water and then I'm going to be stuck in the cage and
drown.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. I hadn't even thought of that. Just one more reason to not ride.
You're welcome.
Okay. How deep is that water though?
I don't know.
I don't think it's that deep.
I don't think it is, but how would you get out?
I don't know. These are problems.
I know. It's a real problem.
It is. Okay, good to know. Well, I don't hate riding in the non-swinging. I don't love it, but now I hate it. So thanks.
Yeah, sorry.
But if you're if you get motion sickness at all, do not go in the swinging ones.
Do not.
You'll regret it for sure.
Yes.
Okay, how about, and now I feel like I need to preface each ride. Do you ride Guardians of the Galaxy?
I have ridden it.
Okay.
But I don't very often.
Did it make you sick?
Yes. But not terribly sick.
It's just a little sick. It's fine.
Just a little. But I did take Dramamine that time and it was okay. But it's not my favorite thing to do.
Okay. So you don't care where you ride on it?
No, usually I'm eating a churro on a bench.
That makes sense. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't feel like it's a different experience really anywhere you sit. But if you care about the pictures, like if you have little kids and you want them to be seen in the pictures, I would try to get row 1 or 6 because then that puts you on the front row, and then no one's going to lift their hands up and block your kid's face.
Yes.
Or if you want the very back, 3 or 4, because then you can really like put your arms up and you're not going to block anybody. Because I always worry about blocking people in the pictures.
That would be a good ride for the goat scream.
Yes.
I'll have to ride it.
Okay. Bring your Dramamine.
Yeah.
Toy Story would be a good one for the goat scream too.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
You know what? A shot of the swinging gondolas and you can just hear the goat scream. Like you are actually up there swinging on it.
That is so funny. I'm going to do it next week.
I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited. That'll be fun. Okay, last one is Radiator Springs Racers. There are 2 rows and 3 seats. The side seats have like the over-the-shoulder seat belt and the middle seat just has the lap belt. Do you think it matters where you ride?
I think if you have little kids, you want rows 1, 3, or 5.
On the Racers? Where's 1, 3, and 5?
Well, because
they're just 2 seats?
Yeah, but the rows are numbered because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Gotcha.
So
they load multiple cars at a time.
Yeah, so you want the odd number row because then you'll be in the front row of the car.
But
if you're small.
The little kids, I've had them get like in the picture, then the windshield will cut off half their face.
That's true.
So I don't know. But I think it depends on what side you're on. But you don't know what side you're going to be on until you're already on the ride.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know that Racers really matters.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
No.
I don't think
it's
just fun.
It is fun. So you ride Racers then?
Yeah, I will.
You will?
Yeah. No, I like that ride. I just don't want to wait in line forever.
Right.
For it.
It's very long.
That's a single rider for sure.
Okay, did we forget anything at California Adventure? I don't think so.
I'm walking through it. No. The best seat on Ariel is the one where you go past King Triton.
Best seat in the house.
Just kidding.
I love it. Well, thanks so much for chatting today. It was fun.
I had so much fun. Thanks for letting me laugh and be ridiculous.
It's always fun. Well, people can find you on TikTok and Instagram. I'll put a link in the show notes so they can see the goat screen.
Yeah.
It's the best. And all the raspberry rose macarons.
That's right. That's right.
I almost said Matterhorn macaroon.
Those are good.
They are good.
Actually, but
they are
nothing compares to my one and only.
Yep, your true love.
That's right.
All right, Liz. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. That was so much fun. Thank you so much, Liz, for joining me on my podcast. Chim Chim Churro Liz is what I call her. Make sure you're following her. I'm going to put her Instagram and her TikTok links in my show notes so you can check her out. Make sure also to follow, rate, and review my podcast so you can be entered to win that $50 Disney gift card. And as a special little birthday present to me, I would appreciate it so very much. That's all the time that I have for today, but I will be back next week with something new. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk soon.